So here is why I will be selling my Bitcoin at around 60,000. So in the last video, I was talking about Bitcoin heading back to the 35K zone, right? And that didn't happen. There are two reasons. So the first one, as you can see, I talk about zones, weekly zones. I talk about zones where once the price action of a certain asset class breaks the zone, it will move to the next zone. So as you can see, previous week, price of Bitcoin fell to break above the 43 and the 46,000 zone. And in the last week, it made a big bullish candle closure above. You can see that in the past 3 days, 2-3 days, Bitcoin price just shoot up like nobody's business. Now, if you look at total market cap number 1, which represents the whole crypto industry, this is also the same thing. You can see that there was a zone at 1.6 trillion market cap, and price fluctuate about a month and a half, where it finally make a big break the last week. So you can see price is now heading for the next zone. So for those who do not understand how do I mark this zone, I'll just do a quick markup. Let's delete the last zone here first, which is at 2.1 trillion. Okay, so if you go back to my first video where I talk about Bitcoin heading to 35K, I showed us how do we mark zones. So first thing, always look to the left, nearest left, look for edges which represents an A that I have just marked and also a V. Now, between these edges, get a rectangular tool and mark a box. So this will be your zone. Alright, this will be your zone. Okay, so back to total market cap. Let me delete this first. Now you can see that the price action of total market cap broke 1.6, and where is the next zone? Next zone is at 2.1. So this is the same for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is in a free flow to the upside. Okay, please change back to line chart. I've talked about line chart and candle chart in my previous 2 videos. And why do I use line chart? Because if you switch to candlesticks, there are too much noise. Okay, you can see that there are shadows, or we call them wick. So I prefer to use line chart. Now another way to see clearly on where does the price of a certain asset class head next is inverse. Okay, you can invert your chart, or you can get a clearer picture. Alright, so as you can see, price, now we are looking at the inverted chart of Bitcoin. So if you on the y-axis, we are increase in value, okay, and when you go downwards, so you can see price is dripping, or dripping, free falling towards the 60,000 mark. So that's why I will be clearing all of my Bitcoin. All of my Bitcoin when price hits the 60,000 mark. So that's for Bitcoin. Now let's flip back the charts. Okay, let's zoom into Ethereum. So this is the same thing. This is the same thing for Ethereum. So we have the zones, the weekly zones. Zone number 1, there is no zones here. Then you have zone number 2, correct? Now ETH just broke this week. Okay, look at how nice it broke the $2,500 zone and is if you to invert the chart, you can see that it's free falling to the 3005 and 3009 zone. So that's where I would take my profits. I've actually taken profit at 2000. Yeah, I position my since 2003. Okay, between 2003, 2004, and 2005. So my last zone, I will be clearing, I think, 95%. Okay, I've actually cleared about 40% of my ETH at this zone, and I'll be clearing my remaining 55%. Sorry. Okay, so that's mean I'll be clearing up to 95% when ETH approaches this zone, and I'll keep another 5% just in case ETH make a new all-time high. So that's about ETH. Okay, let me go back to Bitcoin. I want to zoom in into our daily charts. So you can see in the daily charts, it's a bit more chaotic because there are more zones. Right. Now, we have the orange zones which represent the daily zones. So as you can see, Bitcoin is actually entering daily zones as we speak. So there might be a probability where Bitcoin touches 53,700, okay, and make a rollover towards 48k. There might be a probability because we have daily zones that they are still fresh, and if that does not happen, Bitcoin will continue, okay, to rally. Let's see. Okay, if that does not happen and Bitcoin closes above the 54,000 ground number, the price will continue to rally all the way, okay, all the way to this. This is a very strong zone. All right, let me delete it. So it's about 60,000, 60 to 61,000. All right. Okay, let's delete this first. So you can see this green zone is being marked in the weekly time frame. Now in the daily time frame, we need to zoom in. So we're gonna look for daily zones. These aren't zones. Okay, these aren't zones. These are just liquidity, pop. Now this is a strong zone. See the V over here? Okay, see the V over here? Then we have an A. So you can see during the last bull run in 2021, price make a break, pop, and broke this. So this is a very strong zone. Okay, the price of Bitcoin needs to respect or needs to respect that zone before determining where it's gonna move next. So here's the daily zone at 60,900, but I'll be off my Bitcoin holding at around 60k. And okay, let's track this a little bit longer. You can see, zoom in a bit, and there might be chance where Bitcoin make a wick, okay, make a wick to, or make a shadow to the 64,000 zone. See that? Because we have untapped, we have zones here. Check out this A and check out this V. So there will be a chance, there might be where Bitcoin price action pushes all the way here, okay, make a breakout to the downside, bring in the shorters, and make a quick pump, collecting all of the stop losses, respecting the last zone before making a major rollover. So we need to, we'll keep an eye on the price action of Bitcoin, price action of total market cap in the next coming weeks. And with that, I would like to end this video. So guys, comment your thoughts, your point of view, and till next time.